You're checking out Multi-Tap here on YouTube or whatever platform you're listening to. Make sure you hit the comment section, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. Show some love and support. And don't forget, we on them social medias. We on them TikToks. We on them Twitters. We on them IGs. So make sure you tap in with us so you can tap out right here on Multi-Tap. You know, I believe Marvel told a lot of their best stories already, which is a whole nother subject we can get into, you know. It's not until they probably come up with the X-Men that they're going to establish something that I feel is going to be super blockbuster. But given that, what do you think? Because I didn't see it. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it, and it's unfortunate because you and I both know that we both used to be like the biggest just superhero movie in general fan. You know, I think we both more lean to DC when it comes to Marvel Cinematic Universe. But then you have Doctor Strange, which it started to lose a little bit of its flair. Doctor Strange 1 was an odd movie, but I liked it. I thought it was good for what it was, and then you got into Doctor Strange 2 and he was a babysitter essentially. I think they ruined the Scarlet Witch character. I think that she could have been
oh my god.
I think she could have been a little
I love Multiverse of Madness. That's actually was a good movie.
I know. I thought parts of it were good, right? But I think that it could have been handled I think could have been handled better because Marvel has a villain problem. And they always do the villains wrong, with the exception of Thanos. I think Thanos did good. I think Loki was a good villain. But I think outside of that, you have hit and misses. And I think the way they treated Scarlet Witch is she was very menacing in the beginning of the movie. And then she disappeared for an amount of movie as we told this journey of America Chavez going through the streets with, Doctor Strange, and he's like a babysitter. I wish there would have been more interaction between him and Scarlet Witch. They showed Scarlet Witch being very menacing, and in the way they ended it with Scarlet Witch, I don't think was a fantastic ending at all.
Bro, she killed people. Spoiler alert for anybody that didn't see the movie. She murdered people. Before, right. I remember you telling me you had a problem with the Marvel villains because the Marvel villains weren't like Thanos. They were scared to get their hands dirty. And when I saw this movie, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna love this."
No, I love
homegirl. She wiped out.
But you're mistaking it. So
the people that was with Doctor Strange at the priest place, whatever, she was going in, bro. Snap Professor Xavier neck.
Right.
She tore somebody in half. Like, bro, she was going in.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with Scarlet Witch. I thought that she was fantastic in it. I have a problem with the way they ended her, especially towards the end of the movie. Right? She could have been this just big bad. And in the end of the movie, she wound up fizzling out and she wound up killing herself in the way that she did. And I just think that it could have been handled a lot better. I think she should have paid for her sins. I think she should have been locked up in the rig.
But did she die though?
Well, we don't know if she died, but I still think it was a cop-out ending. Okay. Because Doctor Strange, once again, and we're gonna touch in this when we go deeper down the rabbit hole with this, but Doctor Strange was not a hero in that movie. He wasn't. He was not heroic at all. What heroic deed did he do?
Look out!
When it gets to other Doctor Strange with the book.
America Chavez was the hero of the Doctor Strange 2 movie. To a lesser extent, Scarlet Witch was the hero of a Doctor Strange 2 movie.
How, Sway?
They could have done it better.
Scarlet Witch wasn't no hero, bro.
She stopped herself. She stopped herself. She was the hero.
If you can get the kudo point for Scarlet Witch stopping herself, I can get the kudo point for him not taking her powers.
America Chavez knocked some sense into her with that one punch.
And he saved her, bro. He went back and got the dark powers, and he went to go sit. Because if not, it would have been a wrap for her. Because she didn't dig deep until he came along and showed her that he was a different kind of person. Because he could have said, "Nah, I'm gonna take your powers." That was the only option that's available. I'm about to do what my doppelganger did in the other universe, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He just wasn't the hero of his movie. He did not save the day.
So what does that say about the current? Like, again, we're talking about the current state of Marvel. What does this say that a film like Ant-Man, especially now that they're introducing this character, Kang the Conqueror, and if anybody's seen the Loki series, which was great, by the way, I believe that was great. Yeah. And now you got this happening with Ant-Man, the pushback on the timeline for Blade, they're pushing that back, and just the overall state of how these films are turning out, because this right here was like it was really a blow to Marvel. Like they weren't expecting this movie to do what it did, like to fall off like it fell off. You know,
Right,
'cause
right.
I
And
honestly felt like another thing that could be a problem with Marvel is that you know, they put all their chips and all their eggs into one basket with the Infinity storyline, because that's like one of the biggest Marvel storylines. And it's like, where do we go from here? Like, for example, when they fight Kang, like when that comes up to that fight, who they gonna bring out? Like,
but
who are people gonna be hyped to see fight this character?
but
There's
you and
no
I know
Iron Man. There's no
no.
Captain America. There's none of the characters that you like from Infinity War. Who you gonna get? All right, you may get Spider-Man, you may get Doctor Strange, and maybe the Incredible Hulk, but after that, like, who?
You lost Iron Man, you lost Captain America. The rest of your team is not going to get any backing from the fans because we don't have investments. And a lot of the heroes that they're releasing, like America Chavez, like Riri Williams, they're okay in itself, but a lot of the fans didn't even read the comics. They didn't like them in the comics because they have no flaws. They're not interesting characters. They're overpowered characters that start off overpowered, they end up overpowered, and nothing happens to them. It's boring. You should have brought out either
I
X-Men or
agree with
Fantastic
you.
Four.
I agree with you because, like I said, as I have here in my notes, not until they establish the X-Men in the MCU that it's going to be popping again like they had it when the Avengers first dropped on the scene. And speaking of X-Men, damn. And speaking of X-Men, let's go and segue us into the X-Men. This year are celebrating 60 years of mutant menacing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're going to be introducing, the X-Men started in 1963, and they're going to be introducing, or reintroducing rather, later this year. They're going to be bringing back the X-Men 1990s cartoon. I think it's X-Men 97.
X-Men 97. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's supposed to pick up right after the 92 series.
Right.
I
Now,
believe,
let me ask this question.
I'm not sure if it's rumored or if it's confirmed, but I believe they're picking back up with the Sinister story where it stopped
Could
at.
be.
I believe that's where it's going.
The last thing we see is Professor Xavier. I think he had some kind of aneurysm. He had to be taken.
He fell off that chair.
I've fallen and I can't get out.
They didn't have Life Alert back then. I don't know if it's still around.
Now, he did have Life Alert. He had a Lilandria from the Shi'ar Empire. And she came and got her man. She said, get your ass up, Charles. Get in this hovercraft. We going to outer space. And then Magneto was there. So who knows? Magneto might be the leader of the X-Men when we come back, if they pick it up from that last episode. Marvel, to me, again, I just think they told their best stories and all of that. And then hold on. When you start to go into looking at, like, for example, She-Hulk, again, State of Marvel, a show that was trying to Panther and it didn't do so well. Now, mind you, I love She-Hulk. I'm a She-Hulk fan. Everybody knows. If anybody knows me from Lee's Final Word from before, I love the buttermilks. You know what I'm saying? I love them. So I'm going to watch a TV show, geared toward the buttermilks. But you can't have the buttermilks acting all crazy now out here, okay? And then that's what happened with this TV show. They really... Oh man, are we going to get into that topic? We're going to save that one.
We're still on Marvel, so we're still on Marvel. So technically, it's covering it. So I can tell you from my perspective with She-Hulk, I don't know She-Hulk outside of knowing She-Hulk, right? Like I know that she exists. I've never read a comic, never really cared for She-Hulk character, right? When they came out with the Disney Plus show, I seen the commercial, did not care for it. I had no interest in it whatsoever. So I can't really talk on what they did to She-Hulk. I just know that
I watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole thing, right? I've heard of the last episode, and that made me not even want to try. So
that last episode, my God! Listen, I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. I want the numbers up. Go watch.
Why would you watch
that last episode of She-Hulk?
Was it a good show?
Back to us?
Was it a good show?
Huh?
Did you think it was a good show?
No.
So why would you want the numbers up? Leave the numbers down. They need to learn their lesson. They need to fail so that we can get some better crap. Because the writers that they have right now are just.
You want better crap, or you want better material? I wouldn't say better. I want
better material. We got the characters. We
already got the crap.
The characters established. Stop giving us the crap stories. The crap stories that don't mean anything and nothing happens and there's no consequence. Now you keep saying you think that they told their best story with Thanos. No, they didn't. They still got Galactus. They still got Apocalypse. They still got everything that they can go into. They can still do that. but
The
they didn't.
the Infinity Gauntlet storyline to me, I'm gonna just say this, and maybe people in the comment section, this is gonna be our first debate that we have between me and this man here, because we always debating. We always two sides of one coin. Do you believe that Marvel is gonna tell a better story than
no.
the Infinity Gauntlet when you had Iron Man, Captain America, all these other characters that were great who are no longer around? And you pulled out Thanos, the Infinity Stones. The only one that I could say that may come close, and that's if Secret Wars, okay, the Secret Wars when they went to the planet and whatnot, Secret Wars and anything X-Men. Because I'm telling you, once they show up, we popping again. We back in business. All right, for the full video and more, please subscribe to the Multi-Tap right here on YouTube.